Hello, welcome to Billy Ho Sports, leg two of the Delmar strategy show, betting wise. And this is going to be the Bing Crosby. And so please subscribe to the channel because we're going to jump right in. We got horses to cover and things to do. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smash the like, leave a comment. Let's go. And the Bing Crosby 6 furlong sprint on the dirt. 12 horse field to cover. So let's go. Number one, Hoist the Gold, trained by Dallas Stewart, ridden by Brian Hernandez. Another one that got his butt kicked a bit in the Met Mile, only to cut back in distance and class to win at Ellis Park and earn a triple-digit speed figure. His front-running style should help, but I believe I'm reading as I go down here, these inside posts have not been good on these sprint races at Delmar, so I'm going to just keep that kind of in mind. Spirit of, I guess it's Macania or Macania. Apologize for that one. Trained by George. I just call him George Papa, and ridden by Joe Bravo. 4 out of 5 in his career. Another with the front running style on the inside. So I think I might have a little more interest in this one. I'm not sure. The speed figures are all pretty steady Eddie. And then coming off the break, he might be doing his best running because he had his highest speed figure coming back in his first run in 2023. So interesting horse. Toto Fino, trained by Amador Sanchez, ridden by Edwin Maldonado. Another one with early speed and a success against lesser competition. I suppose he last ran third in that first off the layoff here, 96 number. So probably could improve in that smile sprint from Gulfstream. So I might have a small interest. But as we narrow it down, we're starting to get into these bigger horses. The Chosen Vron is one of those, trained by Eric Kruljak, ridden by Hector Barrios, the son of Vronsky. Recently won the Thor Echo Stakes to make it 7 in a row going back to last September. Strong. So when you see that many stars and in the comment section on the left here, where you got the high jock percentage, the highest last race, 27% trainer after winning the last race, all that stuff, sharp workout included. That's all telltale signs that this horse is second in the prime power, that this horse probably needs to be given a look. And that 103 is the strongest speed figure I've seen. Kid Corleone earned a triple-digit speed figure in his win last out. Doug O'Neill, another one with the poor greatest stakes record, blah, blah, blah. Doug O'Neill does have the early speed running style, so that's probably going to help. And a little bit further out, which is probably helpful too, if the track bias is holding up. So anyway, might be just too big of a jump in class for this one. So I'm probably going to squeeze that one out. Get Her Number, trained by Peter Miller, ridden by Mike Smith. He has some serious back class in his 4-year-old campaign, but the 5-year-old campaign, he's like he got old all overnight or something. He's really not been looking too good in these other greatest stakes events. It might be freshened coming off the layoff from May at Churchill when he ran 6th there, I should say, and that was Cody's Wish. So, you know, I believe these horses are going to start avoiding Cody's Wish from here on out. But you see Hoist the Gold's in this race, so ran second to Cody's Wish. And so probably not interested in her digits, so not going to be getting her number. Anarchist, trained by Doug O'Neill as well, Ramon Vasquez. Another poor stakes history, obviously. The low percent jockey, too. Not too hip on that, but it does have some good, like the early running style. But there's plenty of speed in this race, plenty of early running style. It's a sprint. May improve at the shorter distance. That's possible, cutting back from 6.5. So, but it seemed to be actually coming later. So I'm not really 100% sure on that one. But, Anarchist, lots of place. So I think I'm going to be interested in having him in the exotics because he's picking up a place ticket quite a few times in his career. So kind of interesting there for an underneath. CZ Rocket, trained by Peter Miller, ridden by Kent DeSormo. Miller actually has a pretty good 27% clip record with the old sprint to route back to sprint play. So, which he did go 6 furlongs, then he went 7 and up to a mile 70. Now he's cutting back to 6. So that's kind of an interesting angle to play because when he ran at 6 furlongs, he was cracking 100. So that could be kind of a sleeper. But there's so many horses in this race. It's going to be kind of hard to narrow or squeeze them in there, maybe underneath, something like that. Sibelius, trained by Jeremiah O'Dwyer, ridden by Mario Gutierrez. Poor speed, poor trainer. Already too much early speed for this one, so I'm going to pass. American Theorem, trained by Mr. George Papa. Umberto Rispoli rides. Defending champ from this race last year. Had his 2 best races speed-wise here at Delmar. Maybe a little horse for course action, possibly. You can see down here in August, July 30th was that win in the Bing Crosby. These 2 back-to-back races were strong right here. That if he can dial it back to that level, he's right there. So, but not so much with this 88. That was terrible. Now, it was his first start of the year, so he should improve. But I don't know. Does he need, maybe more than one race to get it going? I mean, the second off, I don't know if that pops a lot. 14% for the second off, but 40% more of like hitting the board. So that's pretty good. Now, top dog, in my opinion, is Dr. Chevelle. All the good stars to the left, the early speed running. See, another early speed runner. Obviously, it's a sprint, so most of these guys are going to take off. May improve while returning to the sprint. So he did come off of that mile where he was one that got handed to him by Cody's Wish in that race. Best dirt speed. He's got some 104s and 103s down here, just off that win right there in that 71 allowance. Sharp workout, returning to a sprint. I think all those lead me to believe that he's your top contender. So it feels like it feels like he went and played with the older kids in the little league and didn't fare so well, but he was all right. So he knows what he needs to do to be better. So he's going back into his own age group. So that I kind of equate that to an advantage. So Peaceful Waters rounds us out. Not too interested. Moving up in class, off for more than 3 months. Does have good trainer stats for Sadler and Antonio Freshu rides. And the best dirt speed is close with this 104 down here. But I just don't think that he can dial it. I think his speed is more of the high 80s, low 90s, and then maybe mid 90s is his peak. So that was Saratoga. He ran that 104. And Keeneland doesn't appear that he's gone out west, so I'm not sure how he'll take to the beaches out there. But that rounds out the field for that race. So let's go make a bet. Sorry, I lost my paperwork there for a second, but we are going to go. Let's look at a trifecta for all the reasons. So the 4 and the 11, I believe that was Dr. Shivel was the 11. And the number 4 was, the Chosen Brawn. Yes. So 4 and 11 were the 2 far and ahead away that I thought. So I'll put them up top, and then you can start adding in some underneath where you get like I like the 1 horse And I also like the 7. So you got what? 1, 4, 7, 11. I believe that's 2 over 4 over 4 for a trifecta for $12. It's a large field. I'm not sure I would go that route or not. But the 1, 4, 7, and 11 are all horses that I'm interested in. And the 2, I would probably maybe just do the exacta, which would be the old 2 over 4 is what I call it. I would probably do 4, 11, and then throw in the other ones. That makes more sense for an exacta. Then you got the 1 and the 7, which I believe the number 7 horse was, Anarchist. So, and the 8 horse is kind of interesting too, the sprint route back to sprint. So after doing maybe a little bit more deep diving, I might add in another horse or add or remove. Not really sure just yet how I'll pursue that one, but that's kind of an idea of where I'll go. So that'll be all for the Bing Crosby. Coming up next is the Monmouth Oaks. So appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. Be right back.